From the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, you are tuned in to the best of Matt Connarton Unleashed.
That is Space Cadet. That is brand new from these two fine gentlemen on the couch, Dank Sinatra.
Yeah.
We got Fradel. Fradel. Hi, guys.
All Fradels.
Whoops. You know what I did?
Sir Frodo.
I do that sometimes. I created an amalgam in your mind of, in my mind, of your names.
Oh, yeah.
So I combined Fredo and Axel and
Fraxel?
Fradel.
Fradel?
There is a third member of our band who is in Massachusetts, just far away.
Nathan Pajari.
Nathan Pajari, yeah.
Pajari?
Nate
Pajari?
Nate wrote that song. Is it Pajari?
Pajari.
It's not like when the in Spanish when they make the J the H sound. So it's not Pajari.
Yeah.
That's pretty sure it's Pajari.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
Is it spelled Piegari?
I think it's Pajari.
The dude has a Facebook.
He does a thing,
the dude has a Facebook.
He's got a big he's got his own page where it's just bass players.
Oh, really?
It's called Heckle the Bassist.
Oh, okay.
And it's just like all these different bass players.
No.
Like community, like a bass player.
No,
community.
he is Heckle the Bassist.
No. I get that he is, but the community built.
He is Heckle the Bassist because that's what he does. But he's in this. It's called Bass Up Front, which is a huge bass community.
Oh, okay.
That you're talking about. That Nathan goes by Heckle the Bassist.
Oh, okay.
That has a whole story that if he calls in, he could actually.
Explain.
Well,
But either which way,
could be him on the line.
His whole community,
probably.
It's called Bass Up Front. That is a nationwide, if not international, thing that is as I said, a big bass community.
Okay, so this is him on the line. Hello, welcome to the show.
Yo.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah, brother.
What's up, man? Is this Nathan?
What's up?
Yay.
Hey, you're on the air. Welcome.
Yeah, I totally forgot to listen. What was me?
I can hear you're giving your kids a bath. Is that what's going on?
Yep, that's what's going on right now.
You can hear the Rugrats getting.
I'm a family man.
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, very good. Yeah, go ahead.
No, I'm super excited. I haven't heard what you guys have been talking about. I just caught the last minute of it or so. You guys are talking about
we were talking about your bass group.
How'd you come up with that name, dude?
Honestly, I'm trying to remember how I came up with it. I can't remember it offhand, really. But it was just kind of like I started doing live videos on Facebook all the time.
Yeah. And
people would just kind of like heckle me in the comments. So I think I kind of just came up with the idea off of that, heckle the bassist because I'm a bass player.
Huh. It sounds like you got a child there heckling you in real time.
In real time.
You're no good, Dad. I'm not crying because I'm four. I'm crying because your chops aren't good, Dad.
Yep, there they are.
All right. Well, very good. Well, yeah. Well,
that is quality radio. So.
Well, it does sound like you've got your hands full. So we'll
get some Johnson and Johnson on your hands.
Listen in, Nate. We're doing some good stuff. So.
Yeah.
Don't forget to use the baby powder at the end. You know what I mean?
So what have you guys played any songs on the air yet? Or
yeah,
a couple.
Oh boy.
Yeah, well, we just played Space Cadet, and we're going to play some more later. Oh, and I opened the show today with Live Inside the Lie, the instrumental.
That's right.
Really
Bro, they opened up with that.
Yeah, that's right. We're literally smoking a bowl in the car, ready to come up. He's playing the song before. I was like, right on.
For, us dropping this right now for people to hear this, and we're super excited to fully release it for everybody.
Oh, very cool.
I know that for sure.
I'm always excited for full release.
I'm super excited to be a part of it with these guys, and it's really special to me what we're creating. So we hope it's special for everybody else too.
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's great stuff, man. Great stuff. Love it, and we're very happy to be able to do the world radio premiere here on the show.
We're gonna do it.
Yeah, I definitely am gonna hop on the hop on the stream right now and listen.
All right, very good.
Up here.
Shout out to the fam, man.
All right.
Well, I got the kiddos here, so I'll let you guys go, and I'll hop on there and listen. But
all right, Nathan.
Thanks for having me, and thanks for having us, of course.
Thank you, man.
All right, thanks for the call. All right, bye-bye. Did I say his name wrong?
You said it good.
Oh, okay.
He would have corrected you. It's fine.
Oh, what does he go by, Nate?
Yeah,
Nate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha.
I call him Nate Dog.
Nate Dog. I was thinking about
No,
Nate.
Remember
you
Nate
don't.
Dog?
You do not.
I never call him that.
You never call him that.
Look at my phone, though. Look what he
you-
is in my phone. He is Nate Dog in my phone. He's legit. I literally, that's what he's saved as in my phone.
That's my stance.
My understanding of rock and roll was it came around in the 50s. And like this guy, Chuck Berry and Little Richard and stuff like that. They came out with rock and roll. And like it was defined by this like beat. Doom. And it was like that was like the
traditional.
what made it, right? So you could like that's what makes the genre is like the beat, because like you could do any song in a different genre. Like Happy Birthday is a folk song, right? But you could do Happy Birthday in a rock style, or you could do it in like a reggae. You could do a reggae version of Happy Birthday.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. Genres, it's all subgenres. Really, is what it is.
Yeah.
And I on my way over here, I was thinking so much about what you would think about Dank Sinatra. Like, what would you call it? Would you say it's rock, metal, alternative rock?
Well, there's there's the alternative rock sort of catch-all. It's got it's got kind of a garage a garage rock
absolutely
vibe. It's kind of raw. The production is raw, but in a good way. I don't mean it doesn't sound like it's.
Well, that's also a good segue because Blackheart Sound
here in Manchester.
Eric Sauter and his crew have done a phenomenal job.
I hear that name a lot. He's seems like he's really doing
Eric Sauter has done a lot. I think he produced Faith Ann's album.
Oh, okay.
Her first one. He produced hers. He produced the first 2 Dank Sinatra EPs. This is the first LP. I know he's done stuff for
10 to 1
with the Graniteers. There's a bunch of people.
Strange Language.
There's a bunch of people. Dead Harrison.
And
that's just off the top of my head. The guy works with so many people. After Image, Brandon Curcio. Was the
After Image. We had them on the show.
He was the engineer on this album.
Oh, okay. Oh, no kidding.
And
I'll be damned.
It was a Eric and Brandon collaboration.
Blackheart Sound, New Hampshire is it's run by Eric, and he's got people working with him, and we were such a pleasure to work with Brandon to be producing or to be engineering. And then I co-produced it with Eric, and he's got such a nice space right there behind the music mill. And he's got everything's state of the art, like the soundproof, see-through wall, doors, super cool stuff. And he's got every toy you want to play with, man. Old amps, old cabs, big, just huge old stuff. Tons of it.
Oh, that's cool.
So we were experimenting, and I think we over like a 3-4 day period we recorded this with him.
That quick, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, we rehearsed with the songs. Took about a year.
That's
just tracking.
To write. That's just tracking.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Then I went in and redid the vocals and there's mixing and there's post stuff. There's I went in with a keyboard after. We were like adding some stuff. And, you'll get to hear it. There's a lot of it's an adventurous thing. We're calling it obscurity and dissonance.
Okay.
And it's a concept album. It's an old school concept album where it's about a guy lost in space.
Okay.
And as his spaceship is running out of fuel and he's going further out into the nowhere, into the outer, the
cosmos.
Into the space. He's like kind of searching, listening for any communication that he can make with anyone. Then that's kind of like the album you're hearing is the stuff coming in through the dial as he's looking for communication.
Oh, okay.
And it's kind of this like lost in space type of thing.
Yeah.
And that's, I don't know. I think there's a lot of people who are kind of tired of the same old stuff. You know, everybody's like super political or super introspective, or everything's a love song or a breakup song, and that just, it gets cheesy and old. You know, or everyone's, or like your message. It's so hilarious when an artist has like a message for everyone. Really, your message? Are you Gandhi? You're just a chick with a guitar, man. You don't have like a message for us. You're just, like, what are you gonna solve? Just make something cool, man. Make something cool that we want to listen to again and over again.
Yeah,
and I think that was like the vibe. When I hear the stuff that was influencing me when I was listening to this stuff, like a lot of Failure, a lot of Melvins, David Bowie, where it's like, there's some love songs and stuff, but there's also just kind of cool songs about whatever, some cool concept, man.
Yeah.
Some let your imagination roll.
Yep.
Everything doesn't have to have a deep, message. Although there is some on this album, here and there.
Well, that's the thing about music, is ultimately it's the meaning of it is up to the listener. They can take. Have either of you guys?
I just don't want to take ourselves too seriously.
No, I get it.
You know what I mean? Like
ever.
I want to take our art seriously, but I also don't.
Yeah.
I also just want to be open to just like goofing off, and that's cool too.
Have either of you guys ever had I've never thought to ask anybody this before, and I don't know if this is a common experience people have or not, but have either of you ever had this happen where a song means something to you, the lyrics mean something to you, and then you hear the artist or whoever wrote the lyrics talking about it, and they say something completely different than what it means to you, and there's something kind of jarring
All
about
the
that.
time.
Like, okay, all right, it's not just me. Okay,
for me, it's not jarring. I kind of just
expect
accept it.
it.
I expect it at this point. A person that kind of like broke that, illusion, a collective person that we like is Maynard James Keenan, the lead person from Tool, Perfect Circle, APC. That like he's the first person that broke that illusion of like, I'm supposed to like it one certain way because I think that's what they meant.
Right.
And time after time, more often than not, whatever you're thinking is not going to land whatever they're thinking.
I mean, furthermore, words themselves are inert, right? Like if I say the word love, okay, then you hear that word and you shake your head. I'm like, okay, like the word love, and you're like, okay,
right.
And I see you shake your head, but what really happened is I said the word love, and then you went in your mind to all of your experiences or not experiences of what that word means to you. And then you shook your head like I'm supposed to know what you meant. You know what I mean? I think it's the same thing with art. It's just going to mean different stuff. Cracklin' Rose, it might be just like a whatever song, but to someone it may mean so much.
Yes.
Forever in Blue Jeans could be, about how I killed a drifter and left him in his blue jeans. But, that's what it means to me.
Well, I'm sorry to hear that in a way, but again, it is a matter of
Awesome segue. So what's the next song?
Let's do that. Let's.
Can we do one?
What do you guys want to play?
Another one?
Let's do the math song.
Absolutely. Yeah. What do you want to do the math song?
Yeah. If you're a fan of Air Between Us, you might.
I am.
You might like.
If there's
song.
any Dank Sinatra fans in the comments or in the air right now, this would be a little callback to the first album.
Yeah,
I was going to say, prior to the new stuff they were hearing today, Air Between Us is my favorite. Nice. What's the name of the new album again?
This is Obscurity and Dissonance.
Obscurity and Dissonance.
Yeah.
Yep.
Prior to this album, Air Between Us is my favorite.
That was off Ulterior Motives. Two Birds Stoned at Once. Yeah.
Is that really the name of it?
Yes, I swear to God.
Absolutely.
I didn't realize.
We called it Ulterior.
Somehow I didn't realize that.
We called it.
Ulterior
well,
Motives.
the idea was that we were going to then have another album later on down the line called Ulterior Motives with another title.
Yeah.
But the first subtitle was Two Birds Stoned at Once.
Oh, okay.
Because the first album was just us two. And then, this album, we added Nate.
Yeah.
And the first the album cover for the first album, the artwork is our mugshots.
Yes,
and it's just the two of us. So adding Nate added so much depth to songwriting and to playing in this band.
Yeah,
and yeah, so we kind of went with the concept album, but if we bring back Ulterior Motives, there would be another subtitle.
Yeah, yeah,
and it would be definitely just irreverent and zany because we don't care.
Yeah. All right, cool. Well, let's listen to this. So, yeah, this is one of the ones I haven't heard yet. So this will be fun. So, this is The Math, and this is Dank Sinatra here with us in studio today. Check this out. This is brand new stuff. The world radio premiere of these songs.
World.
And we have with us on the couch the gentleman two-thirds
Hey now.
of Dank Sinatra in studio with us. And today we have been featuring music from their brand new album, the world radio premiere, if you will, Obscurity and Dissonance. Yes, yes. So we have Fredo and Axel here from the band. And the only one we're missing is Nate, but he is in the chat room.
Yes.
I did see him in there. Yes, yes. Very good. Melanie says, what is on the checkered shoe man's shirt? Is that a horror movie?
No.
Oh, no.
Yeah,
no.
What is that?
It's Wired for Sound.
It's our friends in another band that we absolutely
amazing
love.
Great band.
Wired for Sound. This is one of their albums.
Oh, okay.
Awesome alternative rock band.
Oh, cool.
Also from New Hampshire, and
you can also find them in any streaming platform.
Yeah,
excellent.
Wicked. Really good stuff. Wired for Sound.
Excellent. We will check that out. Absolutely.
It does kind of look like a Silent Hill shirt, though.
Yeah,
it does. It's got some like horror vibes. I like that.
Yeah, no, it does. It definitely does. Let's see. Crystal said, by the way, during Easy G's entertainment report, this is the shortened down version.
It ain't easy being cheesy, man.
That's right. Rhonda Favero says California's in the house.
Help me, Rhonda.
Let's see.
West Side.
Well, it's a big state.
It is. It's like I want to say 49.5 million people.
Is it? 49
Maybe 39 and a half.
Ask him anything about California.
39.5 million people.
That's right.
Ask him anything.
I forgot for a second that you used to live there.
California, whatever. Name 3 songs, bro.
Hey, Red Hot Chili Peppers can.
No, I was going to say it's like 39.5 million.
39.5?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to say.
JFed is in the chat room. Hello.
Hey.
Let's see. I thought I saw
Boba
Fett.
JFed.
Kyle Clayton from the morning show we mentioned is in there. Hello, Kyle. Let's see. I thought I saw
What's up,
somebody
dude?
else. Dave, my friend Dave Wally is in the Facebook live chat.
Nice.
Dave is a very talented musician. I went to high school with Dave.
Oh.
And he's got a podcast he's going to be working on. I got to talk to him more about that. I think he wants some input from me. But it's funny. David called the show recently, and we talked about it in high school. Because my favorite band is Kiss, and in high school, Dave used to give me a hard time about it, and we kind of. So after all these,
what could be a hard time? Guys wearing makeup and giant boots and singing rock songs.
I know, right? But then it's funny. He called the show one day and we talked about it, and he respects them now, and even went to an audition at one point for a Kiss tribute band. So it's kind of funny. But like all these years later to talk about that, because I still remember what he used to give me a hard time. It's funny, but God bless the internet. You know, you can connect with people from decades ago.
Yeah.
I won't say how many decades, but decades ago.
Speaking of Kiss, I was at a Music Connection. You know where Music Connect? You know the record store.
Yep.
It's like the best record store in Manchester. I mean, they got that guy on Somerville.
I haven't been in there in a really long time.
But the dude, Music Connection. It was like it was cheap. It was like $10. They had Kiss Alive, the double album. I had to get it, man.
Oh, no kidding. On vinyl, the original. Nice.
I'm a sucker for vinyl.
Yeah.
I do. I love it.
Somebody told me on the show, it was someone who said this, that in 2022, it was the first year that vinyl outsold CDs
again.
Yep.
It's real. It's coming back.
Yeah.
And I think people enjoy it.
Yeah.
There's something cool about it. You know what I mean? The other day I was hanging with my girl. We put on Master of Reality.
Yeah.
And, it starts off with Sweet Leaf. And, like towards the end of the song, it was like the song ended. What is that? It's the what is that? What is that?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the end of we got a side B. We got to put side B on.
Yeah.
Someone's got to go over there and put side B on.
Right.
It's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool. You get to hold it in your hand, and there's artwork on it. And
well, I think too, part of why vinyl sells so well now is a lot of people just because it never actually stopped, and I think a lot of people, if they're really a fan of an artist, they'll buy the vinyl and just never even open it, just keep it to collect it because they love the artist so much.
Absolutely, yeah.
And they might also buy the CD to listen to or just.
I have doubles. I have a lot. I have my Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. I have a double, which I have the one I listen to and the one I play.
Yeah.
I have a few records like that. There's a few records I have double. Dark Side of the Moon. By the way, my Sgt. Pepper's is an original Apple Records Sgt. Pepper's.
Wow,
which is why
really?
I do not play it.
Oh wow!
It's definitely over $100 worth. It's probably like if I try to sell it on eBay, I'd probably get a couple $100 worth.
At least.
It's got the original pull out, cut your own Sergeant Pepper's uniform.
Really?
Yeah. It was,
wow!
Because like inside the sleeve, it had this thing where like you could, you had like little stripes and a star and stuff.
Oh, it did. Yeah.
You could like
that's
make
cool.
you can make your own uniform.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have a sticky fingers with the original. It's got a zipper.
Oh, with the zipper. Yeah.
And like, you don't play that, man.
Right. Yeah.
I have an unopened Peter Frampton Comes Alive.
Oh, no kidding.
Unopened.
Yeah.
It's never it's sealed.
I'll
It's
be
never
damned.
never been opened.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I can't listen to it.
Right.
It's cool, but my record player has Bluetooth on it because it's 2023.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which it kind of blows my mind that you have like two things that should not exist together, and they do.
Yeah, it's like retro tech, man.
That is kind of funny.
Like if I want the pops and hisses, then yeah, I'll put it on a vinyl. But if I want to listen to like HD clear, I don't understand it. Like I'd rather listen to retro stuff all day.
But then I was shocked. I don't know if I've talked about it on the show. I can't remember if I've talked about it with you guys before on the show, but what was it, maybe 5 or 6 years ago? I'm on bandcamp.com and I said, and I realized that there's cassette tapes. And now now that's come back in a big, I mean, it's never going to.
It hasn't gone away.
The last cassette tape I bought was a local band called Black Hatch.
Yeah.
Have you ever heard of Black Hatch? They're
No.
local Manchester hard rock.
Yeah.
Garage rock, really good stuff.
Yeah.
Like rocking, dude. If you like Kiss, check out Black Hatch.
Okay.
But yeah, they were selling tapes, and I was like, are they selling tapes? Yeah. They were like, they were so cool. They had a box. It was like, I think it was outside of what's that tattoo place? Just Place right there down the. Anyways,
Spider Bite?
Yeah. They were playing outside the back of that. No, the other one. Anyways, they're playing out behind the back of it, and they had a box with a bunch of tapes in it, and it was like, give us $5 or just take a tape.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah. Like take it, like you don't have to pay for it, but we'll accept your money.
Yeah.
And it was cool. And like I definitely put my $5 in there. But
yeah.
It's cool. I mean, tape is cool, man. You know
I
what
guess. I mean, if sometimes you play something a bunch of times and then you start to hearing that hiss.
I remember that. That's
good old hi-fi.
I used to make my mixes off the radio.
Oh, me too.
I used to like wad up a piece of tissue paper and like shove it in the little slots in the bottom part of the tape.
Yep.
And I could just tape over it.
And
make my own mixed tapes right off the radio.
I would go so far as to like if the tape broke, if I wore it out, I would actually try to, and a couple times it actually worked.
Tape the tape.
I'd try to
I'd tie them together. I would literally. I would tie them together.
That doesn't work.
Yes, it does.
That would work.
You would skip.
That does not work.
You would skip a certain part.
Well, yeah, of course.
But you have to make sure that both of the top you have to make sure that
that's thin enough.
The top and the bottoms are different in positive and negative. It's weird.
Yeah.
That, there was certain ones that did pop that I would just tie.
Yeah, because what if you tie it and it goes to side B from side A?
That was the risk you took. I didn't say it was perfect, but I said you could do it.
And so that would work, huh? I mean, for a while, right? Eventually
I would say
it would
a
break.
50-50.
No kidding.
It's like if you're listening to Floyd, it goes from us and them into Breathe. Like, what happened? What happened?
People would never know.
Side A went to side B. You'll never get to hear the Great Gig in the Sky
version.
Remix, mix.
Oh, that's wild.
We want to do it. We want to put out a vinyl.
Yeah.
It's
expensive.
It is.
From what I hear.
It is
quite expensive.
It's not just the expensive thing, but believe it or not, there's a waiting list.
Really?
Like, even if you have money, good luck. There's a back order.
Interesting.
Yeah,
because there's probably not very many companies that do it.
No, there isn't. Mm-hmm. There isn't. And then you can go as few as like I want to make 10 for 75 a pop, or you can go for like I want to make 1,000 for $10 each.
Oh wow!
You know what I mean? Like it gets crazy. Damn. It is expensive.
Yeah,
it's absolutely expensive.
Yeah.
But the thing is, you're not gonna, if you make 1 or 2 or 3, if you make a handful, you're not doing it to make a profit.
Right. Of course. Yeah.
You're doing it to put it on the fridge and show everyone that you made a record.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah. Of course. Are you guys? So this isn't actually out yet, right? The new album, or is it?
We have not dropped it, man. So this is absolutely this is a real FM worldwide premiere. Yeah.
This is awesome. Yeah, wonderful.
I'm beyond stoked, actually, and I just couldn't thank you enough for having us.
Yeah. No, I'm happy to do it. So when does do we have an ETA on when the album officially is released?
We're looking at mid-July.
Okay.
We're looking at mid-July for the release, and that's going to be, of course, all services that you get your music from. You know, whether it's YouTube or Spotify or Apple or Amazon or wherever you get your music from. We don't want to put an exact date on it yet because we're still in post.
Yeah.
But looking at mid-July.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. Are you guys playing out a lot these days, or have you been focused on getting the album done?
Let me Scribe.
We are definitely.
Where's the Scribe?
We are definitely. We have definitely taken a back seat to performing this year.
Yeah.
A good chunk of this year went straight into writing material,
and recording it.
jamming these songs out to polish them, and recording and tracking and getting everything up to snuff with everything. So like we've, as I said, taken a back seat to it, but we are definitely trying to hit the road, quote unquote.
Yeah.
So this month we're playing at Area 23 on the 17th.
Yep.
In Concord. I don't know the dates or deets.
So it's going to be Saturday.
Saturday.
Yep. It's going to be Saturday, June 17th.
Starts at
Area 23, and I think the music's going to start there at 8. And then we're going to be we're going to be in Dover on August 25th at the Strand Theater.
Ah, yes.
great place.
Everything. I've never been there. Everything I hear about it's amazing.
Amazing.
Yeah, and they put your name on the marquee and everything, which is really cool.
Mm-hmm.
I see a lot of cool pictures of bands in front of the marquee, and it's awesome. It's really good to see.
Ooh, I have something in my calendar for July 29th in Nashua. I think they got canceled.
Yeah, I think there's a discrepancy with a particular venue in Nashua. But over that, we have one, as I said, the 17th of this month.
That's like next Friday.
Yeah. Well, no, it's next Saturday.
It's next Saturday. That's what it is.
We're
Saturday.
Playing in Concord. And then August 25th. So, like, we're not... We're trying to get back into it because we've been kind of like shelling ourselves to make this as good as possible.
Yeah. And it's a full album, which is ambitious in this era because there's not that many bands
13
that are
songs.
that are really doing that. I mean, and of course we live in a time when you've got so many different options anyway with the internet. Like, for example, yesterday I had on, I don't know if you know Holly Brewer.
I've heard the name.
Yeah. She was on the show yesterday. She called in and we actually did a world radio premiere for her new single Clothesline. But what she does is she's on a regimented schedule. Every month she releases a new single.
Well, that's cool.
And she's been doing that since 2019. Okay. But that's it. That like there's no big album or anything. It's just every month she releases one song.
Another song.
And it's it's
consistent.
Yeah, it is.
That's
yeah.
good.
Yeah. She sticks to it. But
I like that.
But it's there's so many different ways to do it. Was it important to you guys to do that, to make a full album? Like, did you decide from the beginning with this one it was going to be a full album, or?
Yeah. The first one was an EP with a couple covers on it.
Yeah.
We had, that was back when I was on bass in the band. Frank Frank was an amazing guitarist.
Yeah.
But we had a couple covers on that. And then the second one, it was I think 34 minutes total.
Yep.
It just wasn't long enough to be an album, and it was just Axel and I. And so I think we really wanted a full album, and then we started talking about a concept, and it was like, all right, you're right. Now that I think about it, no one is doing stuff like that.
Yeah.
No one's putting out a concept album with 13 songs.
Right.
It's probably going to be close to like an hour long.
Yeah.
That's, but here we are, and we're doing it. I think it was important because we had a lot of songs with a certain vibe, and we actually wrote a lot of songs that didn't make it to this album.
Really?
So I think we ended up, we started with like 20, and then we just carved some off and chopped some away, and then you cut as much fat off as you can, and you end up with kind of like the songs that you don't want to get rid of, and that's what we ended up with, these 13 songs. It's talking about what we were talking about earlier, where it's like some of these songs are serious and some are not, and I think that's part of just kind of the concept of the chaos of being lost in space. The the existential thoughts you're going to have of like, this thing in front of me matters, but also, what does any of this matter? Sure. So it's like I think there's so many different things that we had to say, and it couldn't have been done with less songs. We cut away what we could, what we had to, like, and what we kept, we just couldn't get rid of.
Right. Well, let's play another one because we're rapidly running out of time. But I'd like to get at least one more in now, and then we'll do one more at the end of the show. Wow. But I'll let you defer to you guys what I should play next.
Since you said you liked it.
Bowser.
How about Bowser?
Yeah.
Send it.
I like everything on here, but Bowser so far is my personal favorite.
That's Nate's song.
We were hoping to hear Big Sleep. Maybe we could do Big Sleep as like the outro. I don't know.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah, we can do that. But all right, let's this is a quick one actually. This is only 2.5 minutes.
Yeah, it's a shorter one.
But we'll give this a listen. We've got Dank Sinatra here with us in studio. That is Bowser, Dank Sinatra. That is brand new, coming off the new album. And Nate said in the chat room, thanks for playing that one.
Yeah, man.
He wrote that, yeah. Very, very cool. Yeah, that's my personal favorite from the new album. And
it's a banger.
Great stuff. Well, guys, before we run out of time, and we are going to play one more song to end the show, but we are approaching the end of the program. So I want to make sure that everybody knows where to find you online, and so they can keep up with everything that you're doing, and of course keep an eye out for when the album is released in July, and all the good stuff and social media, anything you want us to make sure our listeners know about.
Well, you want to check out Dank Sinatra the band. You can YouTube Dank Sinatra the band. You can also look us up on Spotify or Bandcamp. Dank Sinatra. You can look up our album Ulterior Motives, and soon Obscurity and Dissonance will be coming out. So you can look up Dank Sinatra, Obscurity and Dissonance. There is more than one Dank Sinatra out there, but we like to think that we're the
cool ones.
We're the cool ones, you know.
I think the other
Mom says we're cool.
The other one's a hip hop artist, I think, right? Isn't there?
There's many hip hop ones. There's rock and roll ones. There's heavy metal ones.
There's a few.
Yeah,
we've been approached by a couple.
We got stoned and thought of it on our own.
We've been approached by a couple like actual Dank Sinatra pages.
Really?
No cease and desist. Just like, hey, congratulations.
Hey, respect.
You know,
from one Dank Sinatra to another.
Really? Good.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Oh, that's good. That's
from
positive.
One Dank Sinatra brother from another Dank Sinatra mother.
Nice.
You know,
We've swapped
I don't know
it.
if that's how that works.
I'm not sure that makes sense, but it's very positive.
It's 2023, man.
It's very,
Anything's possible.
very positive. That's right.
I think Mike Pence will have a heart attack thinking about that sentence.
Oh yeah. No, I think you guys are awesome. I love the music and very happy that we were able to do this today. And I'll get it queued up. What was the song you wanted to end with? Big Sleep.
Big Sleep.
Big Sleep.
Which we would love to, if Debbie Gibson, if you're out there.
All right, guys. Thank you so much, Fredo and Axel, and of course Nate in the chat room from Dank Sinatra. We're going to close with this Big Sleep. Check this out. From the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, you are tuned in to the best of Matt Connarton Unleashed. And we have some musicians here in the studio. We've got three members, the founding members of Andrew North and the Rangers. So we've got Andrew North here at the news desk. How are you?
I'm great. Good to be here.
Yeah, it's good to meet you. Welcome. And we got Chip and Dale on the couch. We've got, and they are the rhythm section of the band. So now, Chip, you're the bassist. Is that correct?
That is correct, yes.
I should have known from the shirt. And so, Dale, you're the drummer, obviously.
Yep.
And do you guys all sing, or do you do all the singing?
We all sing. We try to spread lead singing duties around a little bit. Everybody sings some harmony parts. I end up doing a good chunk of the lead singing, but we all sing.
Okay, yeah, you got some love in the Facebook live chat while that last song was on. Miriam Banish was commenting how much she liked it, and somebody else said they had a chicken in the backyard. Oh, Melanie La Liberty from the great state of Vermont. She says, "Hey, I got a chicken in the backyard too."
Very relatable too.
Yes. Yeah. So Andrew North and the Rangers is here with us in studio. You know, when I first started to become aware of you guys, I had seen Fredo from Dank Sinatra. He had, you probably saw this. This was a while ago. He had posted on social media something about he was thinking about starting a band called Andrew South and the Rangers.
I still hope he does. I think that would be incredible.
That would be great. And you guys could tour together.
I know. I was going to say I would love to be their opening act.
Yeah. There you go. Well, where does the name come from?
Hey, well, that's a long story.
Well, we got time. We got time.
Andrew, when Andrew first met us, he was doing a solo gig as just Andrew of the North.
Oh, okay.
And we were still trying to figure out how to name the rest of the band. And the first gig we were at True Brew, which sadly no longer exists in Concord, and we were Andrew of the North and Friends or something. And Andrew introduced us to the crowd and this is Chip, and this is Dale.
Yeah.
And some woman out there goes, Chip and Dale, like the Rescue Rangers? And so we're like, oh, we'll be Andrew of the North and the Rescue Rangers.
Oh.
Way too long.
Right.
That eventually got, shortened to Andrew North and the Rangers. But that's where Rangers comes from, because some woman screamed out, Rescue Rangers.
Oh, okay. So, yeah. Okay, that makes sense. You guys got a bunch of live albums. I mean, it seems like, are you kind of really just more focused on being a live band? Because it looks like you've got a lot of live stuff.
We're geared towards the live show. Every show is different. We improvise a lot. Set list is always different. We try to keep, a lot of new covers entering rotation, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And so, our model is to share as much of that as broadly as possible. And then the new live album we have, Thanks for the Warning, Volume 1, is sort of a selection of stuff that we thought was really noteworthy from the last year. But we also we publish everything. So we record shows on our own and put them up on Bandcamp and on archive.org and things like that, just to share it. I don't think there's any benefit in this day and age to kind of keeping that stuff close. I think it's nice to put out.
Yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, I opened the show today with Infinity Spinning, which was cool because I usually open with a long song, let people get tuned in and whatnot. And great stuff.
Yeah, that's the challenge actually with this album and promoting this album is every track on it is like 7 or 8 minutes long.
Yeah,
You go to radio shows and they're like, yeah, it's a little long.
Yeah. We don't mind that here, but we're unusual. Yeah, you got a couple of shorter ones. Looks like the shortest one on this album is Thing About the Woods. That's only 4.5 minutes. That's a good radio length. But yeah, everything else, you're right. A lot of long songs.
Now, we are not known for our short songs.
Yeah,
it's not our thing too much.
But when you play live, does that kind of vary with these songs because there is some improvisation? I mean, is a lot of that just kind of feeling your way through it and then?
Yeah, it depends on where things are at on any given night. We don't buy into the pure jam band model where a song is going to go like 100% to the left and end up at 18 minutes or something. But there's a lot of padding built in where, if the vibe on a given night is to take something and, make it a little weird or explore something that we find while we're in the middle of it, we'll just jump right into that and go with it. And so that puts things on the longer side because I think we all, as players, really enjoy having that room to explore. And I think our audience really likes it too.
Yeah, drives Chip crazy, so we like to do that. Yeah, appreciate that, guys.
Does it? Does it drive you crazy?
It's an interesting adventure. I mean, I generally like it. I mean, I love the level of talent in this band.
Yeah.
It's probably the most talented band I've ever played with.
Oh, cool.
Which is really nice.
Cool.
So it's a lot of fun playing with these guys.
So it started. So the band, as far as it being a band, it started with the three of you. But then there's other. But you have other musicians who play with you, right?
Yeah, we're a 6-piece.
Okay, 6-piece. So yeah, because I saw a couple of different pictures, and I think the most recent one I had seen, there were 6 of you. Okay, so who else is there who's not here with us? And by the way, feel free to make up any crazy stories about why they're not here, because we enjoy that. Have fun with it if you want to. It's up to you.
So I think the first to bring up is Rob, the mysterious stranger O'Brien, who is a saxophone player by trade, but he also plays. You may have seen pictures of it. This like silver sci-fi looking thing. It's called an aerophone.
Okay,
and it's been a real education for me as to how wind synths work, and so it took us a little while because he would come in and like play a clarinet sound or something. You'd be like, it kind of sounds like a clarinet, but not quite. And it like when we were first exploring that turf, I was like, I don't know if this is cool or not. And then it sort of over time has become the coolest thing ever.
Really?
Because it's on stage and everyone's like, I have never seen one of those before. I have no idea what it is. And we don't have a guitarist in our band, and so we actually have him rip electric guitar solos on that thing. Which
wow.
Is, it's unique.
Yeah.
Well, there's always one person at the show who will come up, like either during the set break or at the end and say, "What is that thing?"
Yeah. Oh, I can imagine. Yeah.
Always.
Yeah. Well, that's cool too, because it gives you, to be able to really stand out and have something that nobody else has, that nobody else does. I mean, that's awesome.
Well, and Rob just keeps getting better and better with it as far as the sounds he finds and the spots he finds to fit in, where he has just these unbelievable like weird synthesizer sounds that are almost like sounds like it's through a bunch of effects pedals, and
oh wow,
it's super cool.
Yeah.
You'll hear it on our songs, and now that we've said aerophone, you'll start to listen and go,
yeah,
oh, maybe that's that thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
You said, and you called them the mysterious
stranger?
I have to know. That sounds like there's a story there.
Do we have a concrete story for that?
It's sort of ever evolving between different stage attire that he chooses.
Yeah.
The different times that he does or doesn't show up for a show.
Yeah. Initially when we got started, I think it was more the fact that he was not able to make practice a lot of the time because his job took him away.
Yeah.
And so whenever he showed up, he was this sort of stranger who kind of just popped in and, still
okay.
knew everything.
Yeah.
He would usually just roll into a show without practicing at all, and we would, maybe send him some stuff from practice. We're like, here's what we're working on. And he would show up and just slay at the show. He'd be like, okay, cool. They're like, we don't know who that guy is, but he just kind of came out on stage and did his thing with his sci-fi toaster.
Yeah. That's great.
And so that in varying degrees has continued. And yes, Rob is like, he's a vibe. Like sometimes he'll show up dressed like Mr. Rogers. Sometimes he'll show up dressed like I wouldn't be surprised if he showed up in like shorts and an open leather jacket with no shirt on underneath at the gig, like that kind of thing. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. All right, so there's Rob, and then who else?
And then Jillian Rourke, who plays baritone saxophone.
Okay.
And she, like most of us in the band, is a recovering grown-up. Who came to us 2 years ago now? Just a little less than 2 years ago. She met Rob at a 4th of July party, and she is a pediatric dermatologist.
Yep.
And Rob was talking about our band and, playing music, and she was like, well, I used to play baritone saxophone a long time ago, and I'm dying to do something with it. And so Rob brought her to band practice, and she took that opportunity and ran with it like I've never seen anybody run with anything before. Like she is
just fit right in.
Personality fit absolutely perfect, and just brings the best energy that just it contributes so much to what we do, and so it's been amazing to have her on board.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Very cool.
And then we have Randy Honeyman, who plays percussion. And he's in every band in Concord, every single one, which is kind of amazing. And we had, a big show at the Bank of New Hampshire stage in Concord, and we were looking to sort of pad the sound. And, so we brought Randy on for that one gig, and he came to a few practices. And we're all like, wow, we all really get along really well. And it's really nice having this extra layer on the sound. And so he, has really quickly gotten up to speed on learning all of the material and the way that we operate with, again, improvising or being ready to like take a song in a direction you might not have expected it to go, or it has never gone in practice or at a show before.
Yeah.
And he's a really good sport about that as well.
We catch him sometimes.
Yeah.
So we've ended up with this group of 6 people who are all very much on the same page. We all get along really well. We're all willing to work really hard at something that is a little bit ridiculous and a lot of fun for us. And I am so grateful for it. It's such a cool thing to be a part of.
Yeah.
And every time we get buy-in from more people, it blows my mind a little bit, because it started as like my weird little thing, and then I had you guys in on my weird little thing, and now we're like a going concern. And it's really cool.
Yeah, that's great. So with a band like this and this kind of configuration, if like you mentioned, Rob he can't necessarily make it to every show. So is that kind of doing the kind of music that you're doing, and with the ability to kind of improvise, does that make it easier to kind of adapt to situations like that? I've always wondered, because I'm a musician. I've played in a bunch of bands, but I've never played in anything where, you kind of had that flexibility. Maybe if somebody isn't there, that's okay. You can kind of work around it and still have it be really good. Is that kind of the situation with?
Yeah, we do that all the time. And we're 80% original.
Yeah.
So doing that, we can show up with anything from a trio to any of the combination of quads to the full band and put on a good show.
Yeah.
Chip and I are the only people who've played in every Andrew North and the Rangers show.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I missed one.
Oh, really? Yeah.
In 5 years.
Was the other guy?
And they won't let me forget it.
Was the other guy who does percussion? I forgot his name. I apologize.
Randy,
was he able to be
Randy
there?
Was,
yeah,
Randy
Randy
was on
there.
that.
There you go. There you go. Yeah, there you go. Yeah. Very cool. What about on the live releases? I assume that's the full band.
Yeah, that's everybody on the. Some of those live releases on Bandcamp are, but again, by nature of publishing as much as we can, some of those are different configurations. And we've had, we had a night recently where we couldn't have either sax player; they weren't available, so we called in. Do you know Matt the sax?
I don't think so.
He plays with Super Nothing. He's a great sax player.
I think he's going to be playing the national anthem at the
Fisher Cats.
the Fisher Cats game coming up soon. I can't remember which one, but I think the 4th of July weekend.
Yeah, he's an amazing player, and he for years he'd come up to me and be like, I want to play a gig with you guys sometime. I was like, here's your gig, and so he came like on extremely short notice and played the gig with us and killed it. And again, by nature of having a lot of improvisation, there's a lot of room to just, here's where we're at tonight. Here's what we've got, and let's do something interesting with it. And it's really a fun place to be as a musician, to have the opportunity to do that.
Oh yeah. So you guys probably you sometimes you'll fill a whole night, I would imagine, right? Like you could do like 3 hours or something if.
We can do 7 hours. Seriously. We got a couple of gigs coming up back to back where we're going to do 2 nights in a row.
Yeah.
No repeats.
Oh, no kidding.
Yeah.
Wow. That's cool.
Yeah. Fun. That's kind of been a goal. I mean, I've been in bands all over the country, and I've never had a band in the 40-something years that I've been playing that could ever do that.
Yeah.
So it's a fun milestone for me. It's like, whoa, we can play 2 nights and not repeat.
That's very cool.
Yeah.
That's very cool. And you said it's like 80% originals?
Yeah. We add as many covers as we can. Those tend to get second place priority in practice, because working on original stuff is really fun.
Yeah.
So we tend to be a little more motivated towards that. And then the covers, we're always working on sort of a cover that will visit over the course of practice until it's where it needs to be to play out. And so that like those keep accumulating, but the original stuff tends to be where we're motivated to move things along faster. So we're always picking up new songs.
What kind of covers do you do?
Anything.
Well, I think our main influence for covers would be like The Cure and Warren Zevon.
Oh yeah,
Ben Folds.
Oh,
we're all fans of those types of bands.
Yeah.
But we also do, some jazz stuff like, John Scofield, some tunes off of the Go-Go, and things like that. So we try to cover some good range. I mean, that playing Schofield isn't really going to get you a lot of crowd buy-in, but
yeah, I would imagine there's probably some that you do that the crowd doesn't necessarily even realize that they're covers, right?
yeah, those are, it's nice to have a few of those. I'm a big fish head, and we do Wolfman's Brother, and so for a certain set of people, they're like, "Oh, I know that." Okay, I got it. Yeah. But a lot of people are just like, "Oh, I like that song."
Yeah,
So sometimes you're visiting little camps of music fans with the way you choose covers.
Yeah.
And then we also have a few that are right down the middle, like we do. Call Me Al, Paul Simon.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And everybody knows and loves that song to death.
Yeah.
We'll just do whatever. I mean, we got a Weird Al tune on our set list too.
Yeah,
you do? Oh, I have to know what song.
Yoda.
Oh, really? Yeah.
It's almost a 2-for-1 cover because you get the Kinks fans and the Weird Al fans.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. We have Andrew North and the Rangers here with us in studio. But we can play another song. Should we do something from Thanks for the Warning Volume 1? This is the newest one, right? The newest album.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll let you pick, but I'm kind of curious to hear something where, okay, so Rob's, what's the name of the instrument again?
It's an aerophone.
Is there a particular song where the aerophone really stands out? Because now I want to hear something where it's prominent and I can listen for it.
I'm trying to think off of this list.
Yeah. I see a song called Epiphone, but I don't see one called Aerophone.
Yeah, Epiphone is a very straight up saxophone type song.
Is it? Yeah.
I Want to Be a Ranger is real long, but that has a lot of synthy stuff from the Aerophone on it.
Yeah. We have time. We can play that one.
Cool.
Yeah. All right. Let's do that. All right. So this is I Want to Be a Ranger. This is from Andrew North and the Rangers. The album is called. Oh, by the way, why is it called Thanks for the Warning Volume 1?
We're still figuring that out. The Thanks for the Warning is a reference to. We got a wonderful write up from Matt Whithouse at the Hippo.
Yeah.
For the studio album we did, and he likened it to. It was like Frank Zappa meets Chicago Transit Authority / something else. What was the third one? Do you remember?
Oh gosh.
Yeah.
But anyways, those two are enough to give you the gist of what he mentioned, and we're like, oh, that's amazing! We're really proud of that. We made a Facebook post, with that quote pulled out, and the first comment immediately was somebody who's like, "Thanks for the warning."
Oh, really?
I was like, I could see that.
Oh, that's funny.
But we'll run with that stuff.
Yeah.
So
bring it on.
That always stuck with us.
Yeah, that's cool. All right, here it is. This track's called "I Want to Be a Ranger."
This one's true. Seriously, it's true. I know you guys believe me. I'm not sure Kyle believes me. That's okay. We still love Kyle. He's a good guy. Them poachers out of luck. I want to be a ranger. I'm lacing skates at MSG. A hat trick if I score 3. I want to be a ranger. An army ranger rough and tough. I don't take no love. I want to be a ranger. I'm off with powers never known. A send Rita Repulsa home. There's a ranging far and wide. Y'all best step aside. There's a ranging far and wide. Y'all best step aside. I want to be a ranger. Like Chuck Norris I could be. Walk with Texas Ranger free. I want to be a ranger, 'cause I show range when I sing, and range in my acting. There's a range across the plains, a range through mountains high, a range into the sea, high up in the sky. I range across the plains, a range through mountains high, a range into the sea, high up in the sky.
mountains high,
range into the sea,
under the sea,
high up in the sky.
across the plains, across the plains, ranging mountains high, ranging in the sea, under the sea, high up in the sky. I want to be a ranger. 1, 2, 3, 4. To be a ranger.
Oh, that is cool. That is I Want to Be a Ranger from Andrew North and the Rangers here. And they are with us in studio. That is from the album Thanks for the Warning, Volume 1, live in 2022. Do you guys, are you guys recording anything this year as far as live albums? Or
we're going to sort of see what we end up with at the end of the year. We always get as high quality recordings as we can for everything we play, and then we can sort of assess at the end of the year what we've got and what we want to share as far as at a level of, you know, getting it properly mixed and mastered and putting it out as a compilation album like this. So I don't know what we're going to end up with for this year. I hope we end up with something that we can do a volume 2 for 23, but that is yet to be determined.
We keep threatening to work on a new studio album, which we need to get going on.
No, that's we did play. I played earlier in the show one of the studio tracks there. Well, from Phosphorescent. I can't say that word. Phosphorescent Snack. Is that the only studio album so far? Everything else is live?
Yep, that's what we've got so far.
Okay, cool. If you're just joining us, we do have Andrew North and the Rangers here, or half the band, the founding members here in studio with us. We have, of course, Andrew North and Chip and Dale are with us. What is the songwriting process like? Because and again, I've never played in a band where there's some improvisation and whatnot. I mean, when you guys, who writes the songs? Do you guys write together, or do you come up with individual ideas? Or
we've worked just about every possible way that you can approach that, and we're always open to approaching it in whatever way is gonna work in any particular time. So there's a little bit of improvisation to that aspect too. I just write a lot by nature, so I bring a lot of stuff to the band, and at the level of, all right, here's how I play it by myself on piano and sort of what I'm going for, and then everybody else in the band takes that and runs with it, and we end up where we end up. So I'll never come in and be like, and the bass part should go
right
like it, I mostly I'll come with it and be like, all right, here's what I've got as far as, words and chord changes. And usually it's in a state where it's going to end up fairly close to where I started from. Not always. And that's been a really rewarding process. It's really good practice for me, letting go of being a control freak about some of that stuff. It's great practice. We also do write as a group. Some of our favorite stuff has been stuff that we all wrote together. Like Mary's Chicken Thigh Money was this weird, shambly process of things that came out of band practice, inside jokes, and then all of a sudden it turns into a song. And Chip writes as well. I'm always hoping that everyone else will write. Dale, I'm still waiting for your song.
Hey, I've done some lyrics.
Our policy is to always have sort of a yes policy. Like when people bring songs or covers they want to do or things like that, it's always like, yes, we'll try it. It may not stick, and it may be something we try and we're like, yeah, that didn't really get to where we wanted it to be. But we're always willing to try things, and I think that's really important in a band, to give everybody space to express themselves and to use, to have it be the same creative outlet that I'm lucky enough to have it be, where I'm like, I wrote a bunch of songs and here they are and now we play them all. And to me, that's the coolest thing ever. And I hope that the band can serve that function for everybody.
Right. We have a call. Somebody wants to talk to you.
Hey, this is Rob. This is the guy that plays that aerophone you were talking about a while ago.
Rob, I heard about you. I heard you're very mysterious.
I tend to be. That's why I'm not there in person. I usually don't show my face unless I'm at a performance in full costume. But
right.
I just wanted to thank you, since I couldn't be there personally, for bringing us on the show and sharing our music with the area.
Oh, happy to do it. I really like what you guys are doing, and fascinated to learn about the aerophone. Am I saying that right? Aerophone?
Yeah, you can search for it online. It's going to bring you to some sketchy, North Korean website, but if you can get through all of the spam filters, you'll find some documentation on it.
I gotcha. Is that how you bought your aerophone? You bought it from North Korea? Is that even legal?
I thought it was passed down through the generations.
It's legal if you're in North Korea.
Right. I understand. So you went to North Korea to get... I mean, you're mysterious, so you can make up whatever story about it you want. So you went to North Korea to get the aerophone? Is that correct?
It's a rolling product. It's really fun. It's what kind of got me re-energized back into music after I found these guys.
So no kidding.
My little toy that keeps things interesting.
Yeah. No, that's very cool. Yeah, I don't know if you were listening. I don't know if you've been listening from the beginning, but yeah, I was asking these guys for a song where you can really kind of hear the aerophone, and yeah, it's fascinating. I'm going to have to, because obviously there's some live videos too, right, on YouTube.
Oh yeah.
I'm going to have to look up some of those and watch some of those, and I want to see the aerophone in action. That's pretty cool.
Oh, you'll see some stuff.
I got that impression. Yeah.
Rob is the man.
But anyway, thanks again. I'll let you guys continue listening from afar.
All right.
Appreciate it.
All right, Rob. Thank you for the call. Appreciate it. Bye-bye.
Bye now.
All right. Very good. So when you write something and you bring it to the band, and like you said, you don't try to control what everyone does in terms of their parts, but do you ever find that what you had in mind or how you heard it in your head, what it comes out as, ends up being just wildly different from what you had envisioned?
Always, to a matter of degree. It always ends up different from where I thought it might have been going. And sometimes it does end up extremely different. And I find that's a big part of the fun and really a rewarding process. And that's I used to have a really hard time with that with bands, where I would write something and I'd be very committed to what I thought the song should be like. And everybody, you've been in bands, the nature. Everybody brings what they bring to it, and you sort of navigate to where it's going to. And it took me a while to appreciate that process. And, especially with this band, the results are consistently so good that I really trust that process a lot more than I have in the past or in past bands, where it's and sometimes it takes a few weeks for somebody to really dial in the part, and you have to trust. You're like, all right, I hear sort of what you're going for, and even though it's not there yet, we'll keep working on it, and I know it's going to get there. Yeah. And that is really cool to watch. As Chip was saying, we're so lucky to have just a phenomenal group of musicians, and watching everybody sort of work things out in real time and challenge themselves and get better, I think is a big part of what keeps us all energized as a band and keeps making those songs better. And that's another thing, is that we're never officially done with a song. Songs are always sort of open to revision. Yeah. So if, we can have a song that we've been playing for 2 or 3 years, and in practice we're like, let's try this, or, change this around about it. And that's also sort of a fun process and a nice way to let songs move along with us as a band. Because I personally, I get really bored playing stuff that's 100% sort of on the rails, exactly the same every time. And here's the fill right after the first verse. It's always the exact same notes, and that's not how my brain works. So I'm really glad I've found a group of other musicians who are willing to put up with that.
Yeah, we're all off the rails too. So.
There you go. Well, it's like we were talking off air while that song was playing, I Want to Be a Ranger. You guys were talking about how there's 3 different possible endings for that song, right? Yeah. And it kind of depends on, that happens once a show. sirens every day. I never know when in the show it's going to happen, but it happens every show.
I was really looking forward to it.
Yeah,
so I'm delivered.
yes. But I mean that I would imagine that helps, kind of keep it fresh and exciting when it's, when the songs kind of change and evolve over time. And are there a lot of songs that go back to when you like pre-band, pre-meeting these guys when you were doing the solo thing?
A couple of those tunes go way back. Epiphone on the album goes back to I want to say 2004 or 5. And I actually didn't write that one. A bandmate of mine named Jeff Rhodes, who's a guitarist, wrote that one. And I always liked it so much that we kept it going, almost 20 years later now, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And then Electrostatic Chills, which tends to be the song that we put at the end of every show. Which, again, we improvise a lot, but we also play the same song at the end of every show.
Oh.
I'm not sure exactly why, but it's fun.
Yeah.
I wrote that one. That was a really early one when in college I would go down to like the basement in the music department and just like hang out in the piano room, just noodling around for hours at a time because I didn't know what else to do with my time.
Yeah.
And I was starting to write, and I wrote that song in that stretch, which was almost 20 years ago. It might have been 03 or 04, and it's really cool to let a song like that keep going. I played that in my college band and my band for a couple of years after college, and so to be able to still be doing it and to have added so much to it in that, we have new vocal parts that we've worked up over time and having saxophone parts that are really specific in it, and there's sort of little things that line up with the lyrics that have evolved over time is really cool to have sort of a song that is almost old enough to drink. Keeps getting stuff added to it.
Right. Yeah. And we were also, I think this was just off air we were talking, but it's interesting to me. Dale, you were saying that live you're playing electronic drums.
Yep.
And it's remarkable how good they sound. Like, and I even asked you at one point during that song, I said, so this is all electronic, but that's pretty amazing.
Yeah, it's funny because people a lot of times will play in front of audience where we've got audience members that have not seen us play yet.
Yeah.
And I can see on their face, especially if they're old school or if they're drummers, they'll look and go, electronic set. Then by the end of the first set, they're coming up to me like, oh my, I cannot believe that's an electronic set,
Yeah,
So then I'm explaining about all the new Roland technology, and they're just so into it because it's amazing how the new technology sounds. So.
Yeah,
Roland sends Dale a check every month.
They do.
Yes. There you go.
One of the great things about an electronic drum kit is that you can actually pick different sounds for different songs.
Yeah,
which is one of the it's a lot of different variety there.
And the other awesome thing about it is we can control our own sound level from stage.
Right.
So we can play indoor in breweries or small venues.
That's true.
Everything goes through the board, no amps on stage because that's usually dictated by how loud the drummer is.
Yeah.
And so we're literally mixing everything through the monitors first and then out to the mains, and whatever level the venue wants, we can do.
That's a big advantage.
And we get a lot of compliments. Oh, we can listen to you guys and still talk. This is awesome.
Right. Yeah. No, that's very cool. Chip, as the bass player, were you skeptical at all at first with about the electronic drums, or?
Well, it was a little bit getting used to because I hadn't played with anybody who had played electronic drums before. Although, I mean, Dale and I had played together some at one of the open mics up in Concord before we actually ended up in this band together.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, I knew he was talented, and I knew, we clicked very well.
Yeah.
And so it was interesting seeing that, and I mean, I got used to it pretty quickly. It was fine.
Yeah. Cool.
It was a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, it is amazing how far the technology has come. What is the gigging schedule like? Do you play out a lot, pretty consistently, or?
Yeah, we've got as Dale said, we've got back-to-backs coming up next week on Thursday and Friday. So Thursday, the 22nd, we're at Panucci's up in Concord. It's going to be a really fun show. And then on the 23rd, on the Friday, it's the Market Days Festival in Concord next week, which is kind of a festival of everything.
Oh yeah.
And it is like the Concord music scene's time to shine. So we always really look forward to it. And if folks don't know, the Bicentennial Square stage by the coffee shop there, Brothers Cortado, that stage in there is like New Hampshire Band Central, and you can just post up and hang out there all day and see so much incredible music. So we're playing on that stage on Friday at 6:30, which we're really looking forward to. We did that last year on the Saturday night, and it was such a good time.
Yeah.
And then let's see, 2 weeks after that, on Saturday, July 1st, we're at Feathered Friend in Concord.
1 week.
And is that 1 week after? Okay, I can't tell time.
Is that new, Feathered Friend?
Feathered Friend, they're pretty new. They've been around for a little more than a year. But in that time, they've gone from like little startup brewery to like, all right, now we took over the back parking lot and we're going to have music back there, even though there's no shade and it's a million degrees, whatever. They've built this crazy stage and patio setup and like sound system. It's really cool.
It's awesome.
And and even we played there a couple times last year, and this year they've upped their game. Really, I've seen a couple shows there, and it's really stoked to get back there. They're really committed to doing like a live music thing there.
Yeah.
And their beer is really good too. So recommend stopping by that one.
Where in Concord is that?
It's in the South End. It's on South Main Street. Kind of by Vinny's Pizza.
Oh, yep.
And
I grew up in Concord, so I know that area well.
What's the date on the Henniker concert series? Is that the 11th?
It's the 11th.
Yeah, Tuesday, July 11th, we're playing at Henniker for their summer concert series.
Okay.
And then on July 15th, we're playing at Litherman's Limited in Concord. Another brewery gig. And they usually put us outside on their patio, which is another actually surprisingly lovely parking lot.
Yeah.
And so we play there a couple times a year as well, and we always really look forward to it. So summer tends to be pretty busy for us.
Yeah.
We have not been able to maintain a schedule that lets us get too far afield right now.
Mm-hmm.
We're always looking for gigs to get out of town, but logistically it's really hard to pull off with 6 people. So we've been having a great time playing Concord, and because every show is different, people keep coming to see us.
Yeah.
So it actually works out pretty well for us to be able to just play a lot and have people get to know our music better and get to know our weird sense of humor and our inside jokes. And so it kind of builds on itself in a really nice way. And so it's always the more people we can bring in, the better.
Yeah. That's excellent.
And one other thing real quick to mention that we should do is that every month, first Wednesday of the month, we actually host the open mic at Area 23 up in Concord.
Oh, okay.
So, I mean, we'll play a few songs ourselves, but we'll also back up other musicians if they ask us to.
Oh, nice.
And that open mic thing has really become a thing. Like when we first talked to Area 23 about doing that once a month, I figured it would be, pretty casual, open mic, pretty chill. We'd get through the list of singer-songwriter guitar folks, and then we would have a couple hours at the end to just basically have an open band practice.
Yeah.
And it very quickly ramped up to people found out we were hosting, and now in Concord there's like 110 people out on a Wednesday night, and they're there from 6:30 p.m. to like 10:30 p.m.
Yeah.
And people don't go out in Concord, so it really like blows my mind.
Right.
Like we get that every month, and it's so cool, and it's a really like fun and positive community that's grown around that. So it's super cool.
Yeah, and now we're getting full bands that want to come and debut that have never played in front of people before.
Oh, no kidding.
Come on our host night. And it's just become a really cool thing.
For some reason, it's worth their time to drive. Like we had a guy drive from Maine last time to play with his band there, and we're like, I know it sucks, but you get 3 songs. And that's it. And like they're all super stoked on it. So
wow, cool.
It's really cool. And I learn about a ton of bands and musicians through that. And seeing people come out of the woodwork and just blow my mind with how talented they are is amazing.
Yeah, Area 23 seems to have really caught on. Kirk was on my show. He's never been on this iteration of the show. He was on the old version of the show that I had when I did the TV show. But it seems like they're really thriving, which is good to see.
Yeah.
Good to see. And, and it allows local music to thrive. And, that's fantastic. So, so you guys, and then at some point, I can't remember if we talked about this on air or off air. At some point, you might do another studio album.
Yeah, we're always working on it. We have more songs than we know what to do with for that context. And what's really nice is that with the electronic drums and all that, it's actually really easy to self-record without a lot of lead or things like that. So Phosphorescent Snack, we did, the basic tracking on our own. And then got some professional help doing the mix and master to get it, where it really needed to be.
Yeah.
But that kind of process, and again, I think it's really enabled by the electronic drums, allows us to take the time that we really need to tinker with things or to do it in our own time and to get to a result that we're really excited about, which I think, I've recorded studio albums in studio and that I've paid for myself and things like that. And that feeling of being under the gun, I don't feel like is really, sometimes it's great for the creative process.
Sure.
For me personally, I stress too much and it was not, I'm not happy in that process. So I'm much happier being like, all right, let's try this song and we can play it, 15 times over and over and over again and sort of see where we end up with it. And not have to be watching the clock or anything.
Right.
And then once we have that bundled together, then it's much easier to take a project that's a discrete size and scope, and you can go to an engineer and be like, all right, can you help us? Because I'm not an audio engineer. Can you help us make this sound amazing?
Yeah.
And we're lucky to have folks who can do that.
Oh, yeah. And we're fortunate to live in a time where you have so many different options as far as recording and, I've talked to bands who, they never even were in the same room when recording albums. They would, like during the pandemic, they would email tracks back and forth. And, it's incredible what you can do now. And, and of course, there's still plenty of great studios around, too, where you can go and you can pay the money and spend the time there. But you can do a lot on your own these days. It's changed a lot from when I was growing up or when any of us were growing up, really.
Well, definitely on some of the songs on Phosphorescent Snack, we'd be doing stuff, and then Rob would come in and he'd record like 8 different tracks for the same song.
Oh, really? Yeah.
And various different instruments on his Aerophone.
Rob was a bit of an orchestra unto himself.
Yeah,
in true Mysterious Stranger fashion. We just gave him the tracks, and he gave them back to us, and we're like, oh my God, what did you do?
And eight layers later.
Yeah. Well, it's good to have options, I guess, right? We're gonna in a couple of moments we'll start to wrap up. We'll play one more track from your live album. One of your live albums, I should say. Thanks for the Warning, Volume 1. But before we begin to wrap up, I want to make sure that everybody knows where to find you guys online so they can keep up with everything that you're doing and keep up with shows. And it sounds like you've got a busy summer ahead and all of it. And of course, where to find your music. So anything you want to make sure everyone knows.
Oh, yeah. Dale Webmasters our website at AndrewNorthandTheRangers.com.
It's a nice website.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm a website geek, so I notice these things.
And then, we keep up with our Facebook. We keep that really maintained. So if you want to know what's going on, that's probably a great place to go. Just search Andrew North and the Rangers on Facebook.
Yeah.
On Instagram at Andrew North and the Rangers. Those are probably the primary ones. As far as keeping up with output, Bandcamp is a great place to. We post almost every show up there, for folks to keep up with it.
And do go to AndrewNorthandTheRangers.com and go to the contact page. We just have like a little 4 or 5 field contact form.
Yeah.
And we'll get you on the email list. And Andrew is awesome at putting out basically a monthly newsletter and a calendar session update when we have a bunch of shows lined up. And he'll get emails out to everybody.
Cool.
We're very communicative.
Yeah.
So just go on there and sign up for our email list.
Excellent. All right. Well, gentlemen, thank you all so much, Andrew, Chip, Dale. I appreciate the three of you coming in. This has been wonderful. But guys, thank you again so much, Andrew North and the Rangers. This has been cool. And I'll let you guys pick. I'm going to play one more track to close the show from Thanks for the Warning, Volume 1. What should I play?
First off, thank you so much, Matt, for having us.
Thank you.
That was so much fun.
Oh, my pleasure.
I'd say play Epiphone.
Epiphone?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, cool.
Feature our absent saxophone players.
Gotcha. All right, we will close out with that. Okay, so this is Epiphone from Andrew North and the Rangers, and I'll talk at y'all a little bit later. Bye, everybody.
From the studios of WMNH 95.3 FM in downtown Manchester, New Hampshire, you are tuned in to the best of Matt Connarton Unleashed.
Speaking of exciting, I believe our friend Easy G is on the line. Hello.
Hello. Hey, do I dare say that Katie Dobman's song Seasons Change might be a world premiere on the radio?
It might be.
I mean, I know it's been on the YouTube in her channel.
Is that the, I forget now, is that the song you had requested for today?
Yeah, Seasons Change. I heard it yesterday on YouTube. Wow, it's pretty good. Why wouldn't it be, you know?
Why wouldn't it be?
Yeah. Anyways, yeah, I don't know why, but I was thinking Scumpy today. Remember that guy, Scumpy?
Yes, of course, Jeff Scumpy Lorenz.
Yeah, he didn't exactly leave on the best of notes, but hey, the funny part was I remember one time we used to do the game on Wednesdays, and yeah, I'm not gonna get into it yet. I talk about negative stuff on the radio, but I don't know why I was thinking of Scumpy today. Well, yeah, we can bring on one topic. Remember when he brought Texas Mike to the dark side?
I do remember that. He tried to corrupt our friend Texas Mike. It was very.
No, that was funny.
It was
I was
both.
going to get into another story, but I said, why bother? So.
It was both concerning and disconcerting.
Yeah, he was asked to leave.
He was asked to leave, yes, at the Davion, I believe. I think that's how you pronounce it. The Davion.
Private club, apparently.
Yes. DEF CON, Scumpy's band was playing there, and Texas Mike, apparently he was supposed to be a member of the club to enjoy the festivities, and Scumpy told him to just lie and say he was a member or something like that. And it was a terrible scandal. And then the next time...
Yeah, it was.
And that was the beginning of turning Texas Mike to the dark side. I think the next time I saw him, he was wearing a black leather jacket and smoking a cigarette. I couldn't believe it. I said, we've lost him.
I never last I heard the band had kind of dissolved.
DEF CON? I believe so.
Changed. That was years ago. So
last I knew...
I know I saw it at the I saw it at the bar downstairs, down the road from you folks a little bit.
Uh-huh.
And I saw Scumpy there for a couple of songs, but it really wasn't my kind of cup of tea.
Right, not your kind of cup of tea. Or you could just say not your cup of tea, I think is the actual expression.
Right, well, it was only really my favorite, unfortunately.
Right.
I did want to hear it once, and I did hear 3 songs,
would you
kind of left.
Would you say it was your least favorite?
No, this is not my favorite at all. You know? I hope he's not listening, but...
He is.
I told him that on the radio. He said, "Oh, it's okay, Eric. I appreciate you coming in and listening to my tunes."
Yeah, he is listening. He just texted me, and he said he is devastated. He said,
even you and Jenny went. Didn't you go see hear a couple songs from him?
Yes, we did. Day? Oh, yes, up in Concord, the White Mountains.
Yeah, way up in Concord.
Up in Concord. Yes, he texted me. He's devastated. He's very sad. He said. It troubles him that someone that he looks up to so much does not enjoy his art. He's very upset.
Yeah.
Would you like to?
He's not listening.
Would you like to apologize to him?
Yeah, I'm sorry. I guess.
You guess? What kind of apology is that, sir?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
That's a little better. How about I'm sorry, Scumpy, for hurting you?
I'm sorry, Scumpy. Yeah.
For hurting you.
It's weird. Sometimes a name can come out you're thinking, you know, you think about somebody and then you think, wow, I haven't thought of that guy in a long time.
Tony Petrello in the chat room says, if a band is playing at the Davion, you don't have to be a member to go see them, but you do have to sign in. The plot thickens.
Who's supposed to sign them in, Scumpy or Mike or Texas Mike?
I don't know. That's the thing. The whole thing just went awry.
Yeah, scandalous.
What was the Katie Dobbins song you wanted?
Oh yeah, I private. I sent you in your Facebook private message there about the. I sent in that video.
Yeah, what song was it?
Just
I can't remember.
Seasons Change.
Seasons Change. All right, thank you.
I think it's in your private message box. Facebook.
All right. We'll play that. I'm finding it now. We'll play that at the end of your segment. Yes.
Yeah, there's no swears, so.
Yeah, good, because I know she has a bit of a potty mouth.
No, not Katie.
No, not Katie. I was just kidding.
Oh, by the way, too, I've cut down my report. So just a few minutes. You know, most people, they have a short attention span, me included.
Right, yeah. Oh, it's only going to be a few minutes. Oh.
So before you know it, the report will be over.
No. Hey, I found a song called When the Seasons Change by Katie Dobbins. When Seasons Change. This is weird. There's one called When the Seasons Change, and there's one called When Seasons Change. But the one that's When Seasons Change just became available yesterday, so it must be that one.
Yeah, it's. I sent you the video of it on your Facebook message thing.
Yeah. Thank you.
That's the one I think. Yeah, when seasons change.
When seasons change.
Yep, good stuff. Everybody will be out there in a few minutes.
Yeah, great. Oh, are you ready to do your entertainment report, sir?
Yeah, my mini one.
Okay, let me cue you up here.
Like I said before, you know it'd be all over.
He was once a thug from around the way. Easy.
You want to know about stock market crashes, COVID-19, drive-bys, celebrity gossip? Easy G's gotcha. Entertainment report style. That's why I'm easy.
'Cause ain't nothing but a G thing, baby.
Are you ready for start time?
Let's find out. Ready, set, go.
Yeah, I'm still here. Are you still here?
Yeah, I didn't hear anything.
That's strange.
That is strange. Sometimes that Care Robot has that problem.
Oh. What's on your, what do you have for us, EZG?
I guess the music already played. I guess I didn't hear it, right?
Apparently you did not hear it.
All right, we'll just go on with the details. Oh yeah, First I got dedicated to. He just passed away yesterday. The Iron Sheik.
The Iron
Sheik.
Sheik.
That guy was. He passed the torch to Hulk Hogan.
Well, I don't know.
Pretty much.
Yeah, that's an odd way of putting it, I think. Usually when you say pass the torch, it means one top guy in the business passing the torch to the next. But
yeah, he was on the Iran guy to be heavyweight champion.
And by the way,
champion for a while.
And by the way, the Iron Sheik was legit. He was not playing an Iranian. He was Iranian.
Oh yeah. And I always go online. They always have when somebody passes away, they always have the 10 bells. So I found it, and I sent it to you. It was like a 30-second video.
Oh, of bells ringing?
Because they're not going to do a 10 bells for him on Raw or SmackDown, that's for sure.
No, they usually only do the 10 bell salute for active competitors, shall we say.
Right, like Eddie Guerrero and Owen Hart. And,
yes.
And all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Well, on a more happy note, also dedicated to one of my favorite singers, Debbie Gibson. She's going to be right down the street from you folks. And I believe you can still get tickets at the box office, or you can get them online at palacetheater.org. Of course, remember with that, you got to pay a couple dollars shipping and handling. But if you go down to the ticket box right now, you don't pay no shipping and handling, obviously. And,
so
I know there's only a few left in the orchestra, and I think there's about 80 left in the balcony. So I think the place sits about a little over 800, so it's not too bad.
Yeah, I heard
700 sold.
I heard Peter White talking about that on the morning show. You can shake your love.
All week he's been talking
with
about it.
Debbie Gibson tonight.
If I was still in town, I would have gone, but I'm not in town no more.
I thought, though, now Easy G as our entertainment reporter, you can correct me if I was mistaken about this. I thought she was at a certain point, not recently, but a while ago, she was no longer Debbie Gibson, but was going by Deborah Gibson. Is that no longer the case?
Yeah, I like to know her. I like to know her as Debbie Gibson. So
you like to know her as
Deborah Gibson. It is Deborah Gibson.
It is Deborah Gibson. Yes. Deborah Gibson. Yes.
Right, but the show is right down the street from you folks. It's 7:30. I think it's a 2-hour show. I think according to the morning show, and doors are at 6:30. Oh, yeah, tickets are pretty reasonable too. They're $39 for the low. Oh, it's $49 for the low level and $39 for the balcony. So that's not too bad for a good artists like her.
Is someone opening for her? Does she have an opening act?
I don't believe so, no.
No? Okay.
An artist like that doesn't need an opening act.
Right. I mean, she is Deborah Gibson, after all.
Yeah, I saw her years ago in the 80s when she was Debbie Gibson in it.
Right.
It was pretty darn good. One of the favorite shows I've ever seen.
Wow. Oh, wow.
There's a lot of screaming girls there, but
so you actually...
I was probably too old to see her, but I don't care. I went to see her.
So you actually went to see Debbie Gibson back in the 80s?
Oh, yeah. A friend who came with me because I didn't know how to get to the Worcester Centrum.
Uh-huh.
And, he's really good with directions. So I said, hey, I'll pay $20, maybe a $40 ticket. He said, all right, I'll go. He wasn't really a big fan, but he did a favor for me. So.
Right. So
have you ever been to the Worcester Centrum?
Oh, many times. Not to see Debbie Gibson.
That's where she played, yeah.
I've not been there to see Debbie Gibson nor Deborah Gibson. Was it just were you the only dudes there?
Oh, there was a couple of dudes, but mostly screaming girls.
Yeah.
It was sold out. Back when she was like 18.
Right. What was her big hit at the time? Do you remember?
Yeah.
Was it "Shake Your Love"?
Yeah, and the one I like is "Only in Your Dreams."
Only in Your Dreams.
Yep. Yeah, they rag on me sometimes and say, Eric, what's your favorite show? I said, well, when I look back at all my favorites, I think it had to be her.
Mm-hmm.
Got to pick somebody, right? All the shows you've been to.
So your favorite concert?
I
I want to get you on record.